Welcome back to CBS News New York. We are listening to a little Walking on Sunshine by Katrina and the Waves, one of my favorites from back in the day. And another one of my favorite events this weekend. Thousands will gather in Central Park for the annual NDSS Buddy Walk, a celebration of inclusion and advocacy for people with Down syndrome. Among the special guests this year are Isabella Willison, who made history as the first person with Down syndrome to graduate from college in Colorado. Her mother, Eliza, wrote the beloved children's book, My Friend Isabel. They're with us here, and they're also joined by Candy Pickard, the president, and one of my close friends and CEO of the National Down Syndrome Society. And to have all three of them here on the couch with us this morning is such a huge honor and such a pleasure for all of us. But Candy, let me begin with you first and foremost. This Buddy Walk has grown exponentially over the years. We've passed 30 years last year, 31st year coming up this year. Just talk about the level of excitement, the inclusion and advocacy is obviously being first and foremost, but to just see so many thousands of people gather for this every year.
We started the Buddy Walk to bring people together to celebrate, the beauty and the diversity of Down syndrome. And it's just grown tremendously over the last 31 years. I think what's really exciting is we continue to grow and new families come and new and older families come, and it's a celebration. And it's just a way to bring everybody together in New York. And
it's amazing, not only is the Central Park event so big, but there are, people will see Buddy Walk signs. I mean, in my town in New Jersey, there's a Buddy Walk there. They're all over the country. So it's really, really kind of taken hold.
We have, people can walk from home and be part of the New York City Buddy Walk by walking at home. They have their local walks. There's so many ways to be involved with the Buddy Walk program.
Eliza, let me ask you about the book, My Friend Isabel. Over 20 years ago, you wrote this. The fact that a book this impactful still continues to spark conversation and interest. What has that been like? Just from the fact you wrote it to where it stands now.
Thank you. It's so nice being here. I love reading the book to young kids today, similar to, but so much has changed in the last 20 years for people like Isabel with Down syndrome. Education, they're now being able to go to college, as well as living independently is another area of progress that we really have seen, as well as employment. A lot of employers are now hiring people with Down syndrome and with disabilities, so we celebrate all those things.
And that has been, I think, one of the fascinating parts to me, and we've talked about this over the years, the inclusion. You cannot go and watch television for more than an hour or so and not see the inclusion in different companies using them in advertisements to portray all the kids as being together, and that's been something that's been inspiring for me. Let me ask you, what's it like to be the subject of a book like this? Like Mom said, to graduate from college, to live independently. Now you speak nationally all around the country as a spokesperson. What has that been like for you?
Well, it feels really impactful, and the effect on so many other people out there, for people with not just Down syndrome, but just the whole generation of it. And just being the foundation of inclusion and making people just so amazing.
You ever say, hey, Mom, thanks for writing that book. It's really been cool. Are you looking forward to this weekend? You get a chance to see so many people, so many friends, lots of high fives. The walk it's such a great environment and just so positive, and the energy is so great. Are you looking forward to it?
Yes, I am.
Anything special planned? A little dinner afterwards? Anything? Take in some sights around the city and things of that nature. Katie, what's it like having someone like Isabel, who's such a great spokesperson for the organization and who represents NDSS so well?
Well, I think it's twofold for me as a mom with a child with Down syndrome to be able to look at Isabel and say, wow, look at the future and the possibilities for my kids, but also for our community. I think that, there's so much beauty in Down syndrome, and everybody's journey is different, but Isabel in this story has made tremendous impact in our community over the last 20 years.
And there's so much going on Saturday, not just the Buddy Walk, there's Times Square. Every kid gets to see themselves up on the big board down there. Just how great is that when those images do appear in Times Square and the kids are there and they see themselves up there? What is that feeling? How's it been described to you?
I've been doing this for 10 years now, and I've seen it 10 years. It's so emotional for me to watch people see their faces and to remember this is a core memory for them for the rest of their lives.
Can I ask just back to the book for a second, the impact that it has had, and all three of you can answer this, because as we talked about a second ago, my daughter's 4.5, and you're going to give me one of these books, thank you, to be able to read to her, but to be able to get to kids at a young age and show them that, you know, everybody's different and everybody's amazing in their own unique way.
Mm-hmm. You're absolutely right. And that was really why the book was written. When I first gave birth to Isabel, the first person I spoke to was actually Elizabeth Goodwin, the founder of National Down Syndrome Society.
Yep.
And so when I wrote the book, she was the first person I showed it to, and she said, you know, there's nothing like this. There needs to be more books about how parents and teachers can begin to speak to their kids, young kids, about inclusion and about difference in general, and just getting it out there, what basic differences are.
Yep.
And so, yeah, it's now in paperback for the first time in 20 years, and we really came out with it really to celebrate the National Down Syndrome Society, to celebrate the 20 years of progress that we've made as far as in the lives of people with Down syndrome that society is making, as well as to support the efforts of National Down Syndrome Society.
Do you miss college at all?
Not too much, but yeah.
That studying, those tests, that can be tough. Hey, well, I'm so happy you were here. It's been great to meet you. Cannot wait to see you this weekend. Thanks to the three of you. It's really been a pleasure. Candy, of course, president of the and CEO of the National Down Syndrome Society. Isabel and Eliza, thank you guys all for being here this morning. Buddy Walk kicks off on Saturday in Central Park. Cannot wait to be there, and we will, of course, have highlights for you on Monday.